1 in 8 subscription payments fails. The card expires, the balance runs out, the bank blocks the charge and nobody realizes this. The reality is that there are a lot of brands that recover less than 20% of those failed payments, whereas the absolute best brands, they recover 90% plus, and that's more than 4x the difference in outcome. If you think about this, this is a very easy way to add more growth to your subscription business. Hi, if you don't know me, my name is George and I run Yocto. We specialize in retention marketing for high growth D2C brands, including the likes of Grazi, Half, Miracare, BetterMe, and multiple others. I have a promise to make. This is the best video on the internet around payment recovery on a subscription platform. And if you watch all the way till the end, you'll have everything you need to know to recover payments. Now, I'll try to be as quick as possible. The number one thing you have to do is enable the backup payment option. You can find this when you head over to Retain under payment recovery. You also want to have the option to auto-configure the backup payment method. The next thing you want to do is not what you see on the screen. Instead of don't retry, you want to basically have 15 retries spread in a little over 1 month. You want to have daily retries for the first 4 retries, and they should be silent. No alert going to the customer. So that would be, say, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Next, you want to have 4 retries in the next week, in the next 7 days, right? And those would be basically notifications. You want to, of course, use quick actions. And if you don't know what quick actions are, you would go here. You would go under recover failed payments. And I'll just open this one. You would call this whatever makes sense for your business, and then you would have it be applicable to the corresponding events. In this case, we want the payment failure events, and that would be basically your quick actions. Now, if you open this, what you can also do is add a discount. In this case, the discount should be 10% for one order. And I'm going to save this here. And now if you were to use this event and you would be using a platform like Klaviyo, it would basically dynamically take the subscription customer to update their card, right? So you want to do this probably, and I mean, you know the economics of your business, but you want to have a version without an incentive and then a version with an incentive. So this has no incentives. The one I showed you before does have incentives. So just for consistency, we're going to do this as well. And then we're going to save this. The reality is that you can do all of this in one quick action. You can create segments, you can add conditions, and you can basically have one event. It's more of a custom property actually in Klaviyo. It's just that Loop calls it an event that basically automatically adapts to what you want to do. But for simplicity, you can create different versions. There's no issue with that. So what you want to do is notify people. So you send them a message and then you tell them that basically, hey, your payment failed. These are the conditions in our business. For example, say that you can't, deliver on time unless they update their payment. You would be telling them that. And if not, you basically want to remind them of what they're about to lose. A lot of you have quite a bit of value in your subscription program. I'm thinking about the rewards journeys that a lot of you have. Like on order 3, you're getting this. On order 5, you're getting that. So you should ideally segment people based off of this and remind them that not just that they will stop getting the product, but they will also lose the progress on the reward journey. So what you want to do after you have the actual updates is that you want to basically start giving people some sort of extra incentive, an extra discount, which you would do the way I showed you. So you want to do this, say, 2 times in a week, and you want to give them 10% off, and then you want to give them 20% off maybe. So that would be Monday, Thursday. What you want to do at the end, we're now retry 13, 14, 15, is you want to go even further. You want to give them the maximum available offer that you have, say 30% off. And then what you also want to do, which is a setting that you can find under payment recovery, is that you basically want to skip the payment when all of the retries are done instead of canceling the subscription. And, you want to have the whole retry strategy repeat. In this case, it's up to 5 successive billing cycles. Of course, this is a unique case. There's no multiple retries happening. For most businesses, I would in fact recommend up to 3 billing cycles, because if you do all of that 3 times and then they don't respond, probably you shouldn't try to recover the payment any longer. So ideally, you want to do all of this on Klaviyo, not on Loop, except if you are in California. So you would go to settings and you would go to notifications, and then you would be deactivating the default notifications that Loop sends, and then you would create a flow within Klaviyo. Again, on Klaviyo, you want to ultimately segment people based on where they are on the rewards program, which really means what? Based on how many orders they've placed with you. Ultimately, that's how most of the rewards programs work. And then what you also want to do is, of course, again, segment them based on the number of retries that they have left, both of which you can find within custom custom properties that Loop automatically sends to your Klaviyo account after the integration is done. There's more that you could do, such as align the messaging based on the reason why the payment is failing. But if you do what I told you, you'll get 80% of the value, and you can actually do this fairly quickly. Now, you might be thinking, how should the content look like? And my recommendation is that the first few touch points are actually just simple plain text emails coming from the founder. Hi, I'm George. I noticed that your payment for XYZ did not go through, so I'm reaching out, blah, blah, blah. Remind them again of what they're about to lose and give them a quick action link that they can use to right away update the cart. The incentive-based emails, where later on you're starting to offer 10% off, 20% off, 30% off, those you could have come from the brand itself. Those could be nicely designed emails. You should think about them the way you would regular emails, meaning the message should be clear, the offer, the call to action, all of this should be clear so that you do get engagement. And that really is it. Subject lines wise, you want to try something like regarding your brand name order. Something like this is likely to get a lot of opens. Why? Because people consider that sort of subject line to be transaction related, and it actually is in this case, so that's completely fine. And do what I said, and you're going to get great results. Now, if you want to do what I said, but you don't feel like you know how yet, or if you'd simply like help to get things to the next level, there is a link to book a call with me down below. If you'd like to chat with me, you can just find any open slot on the calendar and you will be speaking directly with me. Having said this, it's completely fine if you don't book a call with me. Please do subscribe to the channel. However, if you found the video helpful, why? Because it helps more people discover it, and it actually helps me stay motivated to produce content like this for you. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.